Let us solve the exercise number 4 in the part A of data structure lab. In this exercise, we are supposed to reverse a string using a stack. Before we write the program, let us try to get the logic first and then we will solve the program. Now we know that a stack is nothing but an array with an extra pointer that indicates the top of the stack. Initially, the top will point to a location -1. This is the index location -1. That means to say that the stack is empty. If you try to remove a element from the stack which is already empty, then you get an error saying that it is underflow. In the same way, when you try to add an element into the stack, the top pointer will start moving up, indicating the level up to which the stack is full. And finally, it will reach the maximum limit of the stack, beyond which, if you try to insert an element, then you get a error saying that the stack is overflow. Okay. So now, how do we reverse a string? Let me assume that we have a string called as hello, and you know that the string is always terminated by a /0 that indicates the end of the string. Now what we do here is we take one element of the string, that is one character of the string, and we'll push them into the stack. When we try to push the first element, we will first move the top pointer to the first location. We will move it here to the first location, that is the index to 0. This is the array index that is being shown. So this is the index 0. And we take the first element, we push it into the stack. So the first element will enter here. Then we take the second element and we try to push it into the stack. So how do we push the element into the stack? First we move the pointer, that is the stack pointer, to the top location and get the next element and push it into the stack. Similarly, we push the next element by first moving the pointer to the top location and then taking the element and pushing it into the stack. We continue this process until all the characters of the string are pushed onto the stack. So let's take the last element and we will push them into the stack. Now, assuming that the stack is not overflow, we will start popping one element at a time. So we will pop the top of the stack first and we will put them in the first location of the array. In the same way, we then push the second element of the stack and we will push them, that is the second top element of the stack, and we will push them to the second location of the array. Similarly, we take the next element of the stack and we will push them to the third element of the array. In the same way, we take the next element and we will push them to the next location. Similarly, we take the last element and we will push them to the end of the array. Now what you noticed was the original string was hello and now it is reversed. So this is the idea. You take the string, you pop them, you push them first, and then once the testing is exhausted, you pop them back into the string. So let's go ahead and let's write this particular program. And we will start with the new file. So we will click on the file here and we will select the file here. We will select the C++ source. We click go and we are writing C program. So let's go ahead and assume that you will store it in the proper location. And I'm going to say reverse string. You can give any name to this, but advisable not to give this space in the file name. Click finish. And for our program, we need an include stdio.h. So I'm going to just say include stdio.h. And I need, because we are manipulating the string, I may need a string.h later. Now let me define what is the maximum limiter of the stack by saying hash by saying define maximum is 25. So this I'm saying that the stack will have a maximum of 25 characters. And let me declare the stack here by saying the character. Let me call that as a stack as yes, containing maximum number of element. That also I will declare the global top, and I will initialize it with the -1. So this is done. Let us first write the two functions for pushing an element into the stack and popping an element out of the stack. So we will start with the first one, that is the push. So if you want to push an element into the stack, let me say we are talking about a character array. What is the first thing that we are supposed to do? See, when we push an element into the stack, the first thing we have to see to it that the stack has a vacant location wherein you can push the element. Suppose if the stack is already full, that means it has reached the maximum limit, then you cannot push the element, because if you try to push the element on top of it, you will end up in the overflow. So we will always handle that condition. We will handle the exception first. So we are going to say that if the top of the stack is equal to the maximum element, remember when we say array containing 25 elements, because we are talking about the array, and you know that the array index starts from 0, and the last element of the array, because we are starting from 0, the last element of the array will be 24. So but what is maximum? Maximum that we've taken is 25. So always one less than the maximum, because we are starting from 0. If we start from 1, we will reach up to 25. So if you start counting from 1, you will reach up to 25. But generally, not generally, because the C arrays are indexed from 0. So I'm going to say if it is equal to, if it is equal to max minus 1, that is maximum element minus 1, 25 minus 1, that is 24. Maximum index value is 21. So if you notice over here, so this is the index 0, a of 0, a 1, 2, 3, 4. How many elements are there in this one? So altogether there are 10 elements are there, but because we are starting with the index 0, so 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 9. So the top will reach 1 less than, even though maximum is 10 here, the top will reach 1 less than the maximum, because it is C array, you know that. So in that case, if it is so, if it has reached the top and if you want to push it, then we are going to use a printf statement, and we are going to say stack overflow. If you are not good in typing, you can omit that word stack, because you know in the program they have already told that this is using the stack. Now I'm going to exit this one by saying exit -1. Remember, exit -1 indicates there is something wrong. So we are telling the operating system that we have not succeeded in performing this particular program. There is something wrong with the program. So just to tell the operating system that the last executed program was not successfully ended. There was something wrong in the program. Now let us look at this is the exception case, that is when the stack is full. Otherwise, how do you push the element? First, you increase the top pointer and get the element into the location. So let's do that thing. So my stack, I've taken it as a yes. Where is this thing gone? I've taken it as yes. First, increase the top. So plus plus top. Increase the top, and then push the one character. So that is it. So the character, whatever I'm receiving. So whatever character I am receiving, that I am pushing it to the stack. So this is the push operation. Let us write the pop operation. So when you pop an element out of the stack, what you get is one character back. So you are going to get one character back. So that is what we are going to do. So this particular function will return a character. So that is what I have written here. So it will return a character. Let me write the function name as pop, and let me write put the flower bracket. Now, when you try to pop it, what is the one thing that you must understand? If the stack is already empty, that means if the pointer is locating at -1, index number -1, that means the stack is already empty. If you try to remove an element, you will get a underflow error. Okay, this is an exception. So if the stack is already empty, you cannot remove an element. So I'm going to check for that one. So if the top is already there at -1, remember you have already, what is the meaning of saying stack, the top is there at this? All the elements of this particular stack are popped out. So there is nothing that is left in the stack. Now, when there is nothing is left, how can you pop an element? So when if somebody tries to do that, we are going to give them an error message saying that printf. We will say that stack. Let me use /n. We are going to say that the stack underflow. Okay, so you can say stack is empty. Okay, but technically they say underflow and overflow, and we will exit the program. There is no point in continuing with the program because it's all over. You cannot pop an element, means there is the entire program lies with the stack. If the stack itself fails, what are you going to do with the program? So now let's write the main function. Yeah. So we will start with the void main. And what are the things that are required? We require a string. Let me say in the examination, I don't think so you will write something more than 25 character. So, but I will take the total as 50. Now you may say that your stack was 25. The maximum limit of the stack was 25, and you are taking it as 50. How? Because I want, if somebody types too many characters, and if it is goes beyond the maximum limit of the stack, I want them to see this error message saying that stack is over. Okay, so that is the stack underflow. You may not get in reality, but stack overflow you can simulate it. You can try to get that error message. So some people are interested in getting the error message. That is why I'm just putting that. Now I'm going to also create one more integer variable called as length of the string. You know very well. Whenever we talk about the string, we find the length of the string. We want the length of the string. Okay. First, let's get the string from the user. So I'm going to tell the user enter a string, enter a or the enter the string. I don't know. So the English you learn it from your English department. So I'm not going to talk about English. So then we read that one. After that, immediately I'm going to find the length of the string. Whatever the length that is given, we have to find the length of the string. How can I find the length of the string? In order for me to find the length of the string, I need to include, first of all, that part is very, very important. You need to include string.h. Okay. That string, where is the string? This is happening. Okay. String.h. This is included. Then only this str length will come. Magically, nothing can come. So str length of string. Try that. Okay. Then, if somebody has typed anything, if the length is, see, some people are there. When you say enter the string, they won't type anything. The string will be blank. If the string is this whole thing is blank, what is the reverse of it? Reverse of it will be also blank. So we will not do any processing for that, because if the string is empty, there is nothing to be done. So we will do only if the length of the string is greater than 0. That means somebody has typed a string and somebody is not trying to fool us, okay, by giving a 0 length string and saying that, okay, you reverse it. There is nothing to reverse that case. So first let's try to push an element into the array. So we will start with the variable I, which I have not declared. So let me go and get this I here. I have not declared. So let me go here and let me declare I here. So because I need that I, so I declared this I. I is for loop variable, you know very well. I less than the length, I plus plus, get done. Then what? There is, I think, there is no need for this flower bracket, even though I'm used to it. So let me just push then one element into the array. So we are going to say push one character. How can you push one character? Push the ith character into the array. So that, what is the meaning of it? So you take, when I is equal to 0, push the first character into the array. When I is equal to 1, push the second character into the array. When I is equal to 2, push the next character into the array. So you keep on pushing one element into the array until you find the length of the string. So this was the length of the string. You find, remember, length of the string is excluding the end of a limit marker. So once you push the element into the array, you pop the element. I'm not going to type this, so you know very well. Control C to copy it. Come down, click here, and then Control V. So this time we are going to just pop this element. Now, when we try to pop this element, it should not go on air. So if you pop this element, it will simply pop out this element. It will simply pop this element. It will be on air. It should not happen. So it must go to the first location of the array. When you pop the second element must go to the second location of the string. Third element must go to the third. So when you pop it, it should not go on air and it should not float on air. So when you pop it, put them back into the array. So the first element will be whatever that is popped out. So whatever that is popped out will go to the proper location of the string. So whatever that is popped out will go to the proper location of the, what is that, string. After that, so after this for loop, let me use the printf statement and tell the user that reversed string, reversed, reversed string, and slash yes. Let me use str. Okay, done. So that's it. Let me try to save this one and let me build and run it. Then we have enter a string, word is given to me, and I'm going to type hello, press enter, and I'm not getting it in the proper way. What is wrong with this one? So I'm getting all garbage element. Let me first try to get this str. So you push an element into the array and you try to pop the element into the array. Now, the problem with it is when I start talking, I forget things. So I actually handled here. If you notice, I actually handled the exception. That is, exception is when the last element is there, and if you try to pop, it should not pop. But what is actual popping? That I have not written here. If you notice over here, so there is one extra thing. See, you have to pop the element, is it not? So you have to return something back. I said that I'm going to return a character. So, but where is the return statement? I have not written. Sorry about that. So I need to pop the element. So how do you pop the element? You pop the element by saying top and minus minus. So first you pop the element. So how do you pop the element? First you remove the element and then decrease the point. So suppose if you are here, first you pop the element out of the array and decrease the pointer. That one line I have not written. That's why when you pop the element, it is saying that nothing is, it is giving star 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 saying that what is that you have not popped anything out. Okay, so let me, sorry about that. So this one line, as I talk, sometime I forget. Let me run it. So here, what is the problem again? So if you don't know what is the problem, sometimes it will happen. It is going to show me that there is an error, but I don't know what is the error. In that case, just go to view and you get something called as log. You can use the keyboard shortcut F2 to get that one. So I'm going to try it using here. You will see the log here. So it is going to say str is not declared. So not the str here. It is the stack. So S is my stack, not str is the stack. So where is this stack? And here I'm pushing an element into the stack, and here I'm popping an element out of the stack. So let me save it. And if it is coming on in your way, you can just close this one. If it is coming in your way, you can close this one. However, to get them back, go to the view, and you have lot of option here. Click on any one of them, perspective, this, that, and so on. Something what is missing will come back to you. Okay, so let me run that. Let me try. Now I have this hello here, and its reverse is this one. Just to show you that you will get an exception. I'm going to just write this. I think this will be beyond, this one is beyond 25 characters. Let me control C it. Let me try to give this one. I will copied it. I'm going to run this one and I'm going to paste this. Okay, very lengthy string here. And when I try to do it, I will get a stack overflow. You know very well the reason why this stack is overflow is because this is beyond 25 characters. So you have very lengthy characters. So this is going to be a stack overflow. I don't think so. You will get a stack underflow with this kind of program. Let me say program 2, and I'm going to run it one more time to show you that it is working. Paste it, and it has reversed it. I'm going to copy this one. I will copy this one. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to rerun this again, and I'm going to paste that one. So it must return back to program 2. Program 2 was reversed as this, and when you reverse it back, you must get this one. Okay, that's all in this program. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the next program. Thank you.